A deal gone sour. The US-Ukraine minerals pact stumbles. The relationship between Ukraine and the United States has hit a rough patch. At the heart of the tension lies a proposed minerals deal. This deal, meant to bolster Ukraine's war-torn economy and solidify ties with the US, has become a point of contention. Hopes were high last week when Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky traveled to Washington. The goal was to finalize the agreement with former President Donald Trump, now back in the White House. Instead, the meeting became a public spectacle of disagreement, leaving the deal in jeopardy. The proposed deal would grant American companies access to Ukraine's rich reserves of rare earth minerals. These minerals are crucial for manufacturing advanced technologies, including weapon systems and electronics. For Ukraine, the deal represented a significant influx of financial support and a strategic partnership with the United States. However, the negotiations have been fraught with difficulties from the start. Zelensky has publicly expressed concerns about the terms of the deal, arguing that it does not provide sufficient guarantees for Ukraine's security. He has also insisted on Ukraine's involvement in any US-led peace talks with Russia. Trump, on the other hand, has accused Zelensky of being ungrateful for American support and demanded concessions from Ukraine. The failure to reach an agreement has raised serious questions about the future of US-Ukraine relations. It also highlights the challenges facing Zelensky as he navigates a complex geopolitical landscape, seeking to secure his country's future while facing pressure from both the East and the West. The meeting between Zelensky and Trump was billed as a chance to mend fences and solidify the partnership between their two nations. Instead, it became a highly publicized display of discord, exposing the deep divisions that have emerged. Sources inside the White House describe a tense atmosphere from the outset, with both leaders arriving seemingly prepared for a confrontation. The discussion, initially focused on the specifics of the minerals deal, quickly escalated into a heated exchange. Witnesses report that Trump accused Zelensky of being ungrateful for US support, emphasizing the billions of dollars in military aid provided since the Russian invasion. He demanded Ukraine show more appreciation and flexibility in the negotiations. Zelensky, visibly angered by Trump's tone, reportedly countered by highlighting the sacrifices made by the Ukrainian people in resisting Russian aggression. He argued that Ukraine should not be treated as a supplicant but as an equal partner deserving of respect and a fair deal. The meeting ended abruptly, with no agreement reached and both leaders departing with harsh words for the other. This very public falling out sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. It has raised concerns about the stability of the US-Ukraine relationship, a partnership considered crucial for countering Russian influence in the region. The breakdown of the minerals deal carries significant implications extending far beyond the immediate economic impact. For Ukraine, the deal represented a lifeline. It promised to inject much-needed capital into a war-torn economy while cementing a strategic alliance with the United States. The deal, however, is about far more than just money. It represents a strategic foothold for both the US and Russia in a region grappling with instability. For the US, securing access to Ukraine's mineral wealth would reduce Western reliance on China, a key Russian ally, for these critical resources. It would also bolster US influence in Eastern Europe, a region where Russia has long sought to reassert its dominance. For Russia, the deal's failure represents an opportunity. A weakened US-Ukraine partnership plays directly into Russia's hands. It allows Moscow to exploit divisions within the Western alliance, and potentially weakens international resolve to oppose Russian aggression in Ukraine. The collapse of the deal also raises concerns about the future of US global leadership. Trump's confrontational approach and his willingness to publicly rebuke a key ally like Zelensky risk further alienating partners and undermining US credibility on the world stage. Section 4. Europe steps up, a lifeline for Ukraine. With the US-Ukraine relationship on shaky ground, Europe finds itself thrust into a more prominent role. The continent, already grappling with the economic and social consequences of the war, must now contend with a potentially more assertive Russia, emboldened by the rift between Washington and Kyiv. European leaders have moved quickly to reassure Ukraine of their continued support. UK Prime Minister Starmer, a staunch Zelensky ally, recently announced a substantial new military aid package for Ukraine, including advanced missile systems. French President Macron, meanwhile, has taken the lead in diplomatic efforts, proposing a month-long ceasefire to facilitate peace negotiations. However, Europe's ability to fill the void left by a potentially disengaged United States remains uncertain. While European nations have shown a willingness to provide financial and military assistance, they lack the economic and military might of the United States. Furthermore, there are divisions within Europe itself over the level of support Ukraine should receive, with some countries wary of provoking Russia. Section 5. Zelensky's stand, resilience, and the road ahead. Faced with mounting pressure and uncertainty, President Zelensky has remained defiant. Despite the collapse of the minerals deal and the public humiliation of the Trump meeting, he has insisted that Ukraine will not be bullied into accepting unfavorable terms. He has also reiterated his commitment to seeking NATO membership, a move that would provide Ukraine with the security guarantees it desperately needs. However, Zelensky's pursuit of NATO membership faces significant obstacles. Trump has shown little appetite for expanding the alliance, particularly in light of the ongoing war in Ukraine. Moreover, several NATO members remain hesitant to admit Ukraine, fearing that such a move would be seen as overly provocative by Russia and could escalate the conflict. Despite these challenges, Zelensky has shown no signs of backing down. He understands that the stakes are simply too high. The future of Ukraine as a sovereign and independent nation hangs in the balance. He has vowed to continue to rally international support for his country's cause and to seek a just and lasting peace that preserves Ukraine's territorial integrity and right to self-determination. The road ahead will undoubtedly be long and arduous, but Zelensky has made it clear that he is prepared to fight for his country's future, with or without the support of the United States.